if you remember, Chris, my friend, used to meet Bob after we'd shopped.
Yeah.
In Clark's cafe. Clark's used to do pies in a dish, and they were lovely. Potato pies with mashed potato pies with meat in the bottom, and they were nice. And then one day she said, "I'm going to meet Bob, and he's bringing a friend. You come."
Yeah. So the rest of this day is history.
Tipston, it was always that you were Bobby's wife.
As in an outsider?
Yes, yeah. Except for the two very close neighbours we had, Violet and Alma. You know, I think because they got to see you day by day doing exactly the same thing as they were doing, washing your nappies and putting them on the line, and having a toddler that you were running around the garden with, come back here, you know.
Yeah.
But everybody else wanted to keep, the general mining village wanted to keep you at arm's length. Don't you think, John?
Yeah.
We hadn't got, apart from them two, I didn't get to know anybody in the village at all. No.
Would you have liked it to be different, or do you think it had to be that way?
Yes, I suppose I would have liked it to have got better, because John loved that job in the village, and I would have liked John to have stopped there and have had the pleasure of that more. But it was thinking, it's hard to go back to remember definite things other than saying that you'd come round shops and people say, "It's Bobby's wife." You know, they weren't nasty to me, but they were, "It's Bobby's wife," and move round and out the way and whatever. And I thought, well, how can he get friends at school? How can he be just another little boy at school? But so no, I would have liked it to have been different, but definitely not wanting Richard. For a similar reasons to you, never liked being a non-Irish boy in a Catholic school.
Yeah.
Because John's Catholic.
I always felt slightly an outsider.
Because he wasn't Irish and Catholic.
And there was a lot of Irish Catholics in
Mansfield. Because you went from Forest Town, didn't you?
Yeah.
Down to Mansfield to the Catholic school. But so he'd always said the children wouldn't go to a Catholic school, and then we've got another problem. Then we suddenly found us here where we loved it, but we didn't want the son to be a policeman's child in the school. So I mean, Robert was christened at Clipston Church.
What was that
Father
like?
Green.
It was lovely, weren't it, Father Green was?
Yeah.
And we got to know him through you, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we tried to be part of the community.
Yeah.
But it was difficult.
Yeah, it was difficult. Yeah.
But also we've got happy times being there. I was only a young mum when we had Richard, and we lived at Titchfield Avenue in Mansfield Woodhouse, which is off New Mill Lane.
Yeah.
And it's uphill. And I've got old retired neighbours, one adjoining and one next side, and if they saw me coming up there with the pram, they'd come down and help me push the pram up. You know. And Mrs. Martin, I still make a pie, don't I, that Mrs. Martin taught me how to make.
Yeah.
A corned beef pie, and we call it indigestion pie, don't we? But Mrs. Martin taught me how to do it with corned beef and stuffing and pastry, and their attitude was very different. A policeman coming to live within the little community, it was different.
How so? What?
I think they were willing to have you in that community. Yeah. I mean, we were next to Mr. and Mrs. Boys, and what did Boys own?
Locksmiths.
Yeah.
Was it?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I can remember Richard having tonsillitis or getting to the stage when he didn't want to be put in his cot at night, and I'd be worried that they'd hear him next door because we rejoined him, you know, and he said, "Don't you allow it worry you, don't you, just put him in, and when he's in his cot, that's where he stops till it's time to get up. We're not worried about butt noise, we've done it before." You know, and they were just a normal member of the local community.
Yeah.
People thought we might find it difficult because we had the house at Springfield where we were before built, but somehow it felt like coming home. It was never an issue, was it?
No.
You know, the environment and whatever. I know it's not miles from where we were only off Big Barn Lane, but it's always sent home, hasn't it?
Yeah.